That is a new feature this year. Beautiful big smile on the side of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Wonderful.
Wow.
One of the features of the music that is the soundtrack to the fireworks this year, put together by Ignatius Jones of Rick Birch's Spectac Productions, mixing the European and the American influences, not just classical or contemporary music, mixing it up a little bit, and the music reflecting the atmosphere, the party atmosphere of the evening, but also looking back at some of the momentous events of 1997.
So many fireworks on here tonight that most of them are actually computer controlled to make sure that they get it right. There are an incredible number of impulses they need to send off to get everything right, and as you can see, they're pretty spot on.
Incredible, 20,000 actual bombs. Isn't that just amazing going off tonight? Just brilliant. Chopper shots are just incredible. Look at that.
And you can see the lights in the water there, all of the boats drifting as close as they can towards the fireworks. It's a sea of boats here. It really is incredible.
One of the tragedies of 1997 was the death of Australia's premier rock star Michael Hutchence, and Ignatius Jones is programmed in the song that INXS used to close their live set with every night, one of their standout songs, Don't Change, a little INXS, the fireworks over Sydney Harbour on New Year's Eve. unbelievable stuff. One of the biggest hit albums of the year, in fact, the second biggest selling album of 1997 was Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet soundtrack. And this, wow, this beautiful piece of music, the O Verona, featured on the soundtrack. The movie was actually on Volume 2, which was also, look at those chopper shots. And for the first time ever, Kim, we've got fireworks on both sides of the harbour being staged and operated by two distinct companies.
Exactly, but at the same time, it's quite incredible. It's an enormous project to put together. They've been working on it for something like 5 months.
I'd have you watch this synchronised, wouldn't you? Look at that.
Tonight, there was some concern that it was going to blow the fireworks out of it, but I mean, as you can see, they're absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, the wind doesn't seem to be playing such a large role, thankfully. I guess they've got enough oomph behind them to get them up in the sky, and then they are just drifting, as you can see, in a southerly direction at this stage, slightly more over the city than was probably planned, but looks pretty good to me.
Now, speaking of oomph, we've got a big 24-inch one that's going off later on, the big one. That American phenomenon, Richard, they've absolutely taken the world by storm, these young teenagers.
3 kids, 3 brothers out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, who could have predicted that this was going to come along? Kind of a novelty song at first, I guess it was, but a huge hit. 9 weeks on top of the Australian charts. Zach, Isaac, and Taylor. That's a little bop on New Year's Eve.
Voted, I think, one of the top 10 divas in America by Time magazine.
Yeah, wasn't that great?
Out of control.
She's had a great year, of course. Her In Deep album, a huge hit, and Burn, when it was released, the most added song to Australian radio. It was picked up by every radio station in the country that day, I think. And Tina, I'm sure Tina's watching the fireworks. Indeed, wherever you are around Australia and around the world, You are watching the fireworks over Sydney Harbour on New Year's Eve, and thanks for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying it as much as we are.
With his rewritten version of Candle in the Wind, written especially for Princess Diana, the #1 selling single in the world. Beautiful song, Richard.
Yeah, it's just eclipsed Bing Crosby's White Christmas as the biggest selling single of all time, written and performed at the funeral of Princess Diana, which was, of course, the news event of the year, and the event for which 1997 will be remembered above all others, I would suggest. Let's watch the fireworks and listen to the beautiful music of Elton John.
Live your life like a candle in the wind, never fading with the sunset when the rain set in, and your footsteps will always fall here along England's greenest hills. Your candles burned out long before your legend never will. Candles burned out long before your legend never will.
Try something a little bit different there. Wow. Whoa. Let's move on with the Pet Shop Boys. Some music to party New Year's Eve away with. This is somewhere, of course, still to come is that wonderful extravaganza that we look forward to, the waterfall effect from the Sydney Harbour Bridge. That will be coming up very shortly. Meantime, the Pet Shop Boys are doing their thing as the fireworks are going off. Stuff exploding in the sky over Sydney Harbour.
Richard, we are so close to the action here. I'm looking behind us, and all of the boats are actually being ushered out of the way. They're drifting too close. It's a little dangerous for them underneath these fireworks that are just showering down on us. One that's going to go off is actually going to be shot 400 metres up into the sky.
How high?
400 metres. Imagine how noisy that's going to be. It's going to knock us off our perch.
I've just got to give a plug to our cameraman hanging up there out of the side of a chopper. It is a windy old night in Sydney town, I've got to tell you. And Clem is up there. He wouldn't be able to hear a word I'm saying, but I'm sure he'll be watching this back when he gets home. You're doing a fine job, my friend. Wonderful, wonderful pictures. Indeed, to all the crew all around the harbour. Really capturing the essence of what this is all about. Not an easy thing to do. attention now focusing firmly on the Sydney Harbour Bridge, the old coat hanger. Should never look better than this, I tell you.
They got a special effect too. Watch for this. Now look along the bottom of the harbour bridge there. This is their new effect.
All right.
Slowly inching out sideways, and then that fabulous Niagara Falls effect.
And all around Sydney Harbour, from the foreshore and all the boats that are gathered here, there are cameras flashing off like you've never seen before. Everyone wanting to capture this moment. What a shot. Luna Park looking magnificent in the background there. It's all done on such a grand scale. It really does look as if it's happening in slow motion, doesn't it? As we can see now down towards Darling Harbour, there are more fireworks going off now. Over the back of Sydney, outside Star City, Sydney's new casino.
And this is the finale, and you'll also see North Sydney. The fireworks are going off on top of the buildings there and in the city.
Just incredible. Hang on to your hats, folks. Get ready for the big one. Are we strapped in, Kim?
I'm tied on, I can tell you that much. Ropes around my wrists and ankles. A good trick. And you can hear the screams
There we
of
go,
people
back
in the
again.
ships. It's amazing, isn't it?